You're watching Fast News this Sunday, the 21st of June. I'm Helen Mulroy. The top stories this morning: Austrian police say a man who killed 3 people and injured dozens when he drove his car into a crowd of people was mentally unbalanced because of personal issues. The 26-year-old had been subject to a restraining order after his wife filed a domestic violence report against him last month. Witnesses say he drove his vehicle at high speed into a crowd in the city of Graz. A picture has emerged online of the suspect behind the US church shooting holding a Confederate flag, a flag that is widely regarded as a symbol of racial hatred. The image was taken from a white supremacist website, which also appears to contain a racist manifesto. It comes as residents of South Carolina are expected to take part in several mass rallies against racial prejudice and violence. A man is fighting for life in a Sydney hospital after an assault in the city's CBD. It's believed the 25-year-old got into a fight with the group of men at Darling Harbour. He was punched in the face by one of the group before falling to the ground. His attackers ran off, leaving him with serious head injuries. He was taken to St Vincent's Hospital and remains in an induced coma. In sport, Jason Day is playing on at the US Open a day after falling ill in his second round at Chambers Bay in Washington. Today's weather: heavy rain, gusty winds and a few showers in the west. A few showers left over the coastal fringes and in the east. You're watching Fast News this Wednesday, the 24th of June. I'm Helen Mulroy. New national security laws aimed at stripping dual national terrorists of their Australian citizenship will be introduced to Parliament today. Under the changes, those who fight for militant groups will have their passports cancelled. The government is now considering making the legislation retrospective, meaning those already convicted of terror offences could be deported once they serve their sentence. Meanwhile, the wife of Islamic State extremist Khalid Sharif has demanded the government allow her and her children to return home. The government has said no decision will be made until authorities verify if her husband has been killed alongside fellow Australian jihadist Mohammed Elamar in a drone strike in Iraq. Tara Nettleton and her 5 children followed Sharif to the Middle East in 2013. A man is in custody after an armed siege at a home in an exclusive Perth suburb. Neighbours called police after hearing screams coming from the house at around 9 p.m. 2 hours later, there were reportedly 2 shots fired, and police were heard yelling at a man to put the gun down. There are reports the man was shot by police, sustaining non-life-threatening injuries. 5 hostages walked free, uninjured. In sport, the contract dramas for multiple NRL players continue. It appears Manly's Kieran Foran will now stay at the Sea Eagles, while Bulldogs star Trent Hodgkinson is now being linked to the embattled Newcastle Knights. Today's weather: rain across inland New South Wales, light showers along the southern coastline, a dry day for the rest of Australia.